All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is a video uh based upon World War III. I'm gonna just grab some scriptures, man. Me personally, I used to bring these scriptures out a lot a while back, but now the prophecy is damn near speaking, man. The U.S. trying to figure out a way how to get into Iran, and kick the Third World War off, man. But that's because that's basically what's gonna happen. Once the U.S. and Iran get into it, Russia gonna join in, and that's gonna be that Third World War, man. But the chip has to be passed out first before the Third World War can come. You see, everything is quieting down now, with the whole Iran situation. But there was just they said Iran shot a Ukrainian plane down, and they had a lot of Iranians on it and whatnot. I haven't got to look in deep to that, as a matter of fact, they said it was Iran had apologized for it, and then they said Iran said they didn't do it. You gotta watch. You gotta pay close attention to the news, especially when things like this happen, because this when they start to push out a whole lot of propaganda, and it just to get people's minds on the page that they wanted to be on, and we know ultimately that the U.S. is the one who's keeping up all this madness and starting all these conflicts, and like the whole plane thing could have been shot down, and that was just a way for the U.S. to blame Iran and whatnot. But you gotta make sure you keep paying attention to keep up to date with the news, because there's so much coming out right now, through the spirit. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with this scripture right here. This is Revelations. This Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. It says, "One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter." And all that's saying is World War I had passed, and then World War II and World War III was to come right after. But we know World War II passed also. The scriptures keep you up to date with everything. You just gotta get taught by the prophets to understand it, man. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, that's World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. The third woe is talking about World War III, man. And that's what's happening in the Middle East is the process of that, This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 12. It says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, and the way of the kings of the east might be prepared." Right, and it was a point in time where it was, I don't want to say like kind of peaceful over there, and then everything just spiraled out of control, so to speak, man. All these skirmishes and started, and then all these proxy wars started, and now that all the nations had went to the Euphrates, gathered in the Euphrates River, or it was the Persian Gulf by Iran, because Iran's finna shut down the Strait of Hormuz, and all the nations are over there in that area, man, getting ready for the Battle of Armageddon, man. All right, Revelation chapter 16, verse 12, it says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared." I'm going to jump to verse 16. It says, "And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, which in the Hebrew Armageddon is Harmageddon, which means mountain of troops." So all them troop forces are over there getting ready for the battle, the Third World's War. Blocking. Getting ready for the Third World's War, man. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "For behold, in those days, and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem," which we see that happening now. The Lord is gathering his prophets by using his prophets, like the scriptures say, in the last days. This 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9 says, "For I think that the Most High has sent forth us, the apostles, last, as we're appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men." Right? So the Lord sent his men, in the last days, man. Apostle just means sent forth, to teach the word, as we were appointed to death, right? So the prophets are not going to be afraid of death. They're gonna take their deaths, man, like the prophets of old, man. "For we are made a spectacle unto the world," right? And the spectacle is everybody mocking and laughing at us and stuff, man. And to angels and to men. This is the year of prophecy, and I'm reading to you through the Spirit prophecy, man. This is what your pastors and priests supposed to be telling you in these churches. Your spiritual leaders, this is the talk that's supposed to be in these houses right now. Because Yahweh is on his way back. Yahweh and the angels, gonna get that order from Yahweh, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 15. It says, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart," which means according to my mind, man. What's in the Lord's mind is in these scriptures, man. The doctrine has to be taught. It has to be taught the way the Lord wanted it to be taught, man. And that's the way the apostles are teaching it right now, man. "Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding," right? So you didn't have to go to no theologian school to get this information, man. The Lord did set it up just like how it was set up in the old world, man. The prophets was outside teaching. Yahweh, so-called Jesus Christ, was outside himself teaching on the highways and byways, man. We wasn't in no church, man. The Lord stopped dealing with them churches, man. Dang. Sorry. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20, it says, "Wisdom crieth without." The wisdom is the Bible, the truth. "She uttereth her voice in the streets." See? "She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city. She uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorner, and fools hate knowledge." And let's talk about to the black sides Native Americans that don't want to hear the truth, man. That's making fun of the prophets, man. They don't want to wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge, man. They don't want to know who they are, man. So for that, the Lord gonna destroy them, and they're gonna be birthed back into the kingdom of heaven, and it's coming sooner than what you people think, because you can see the prophecies going on in the Middle East. Everybody that got some understanding know that, man. So-called Jesus Christ on his way back, man. You can see all the chaos in the world, and the weather crazy, this, that, and the other, man. But the Lord don't give them the spirit to connect the dots, man, because he blinded them, man. He used the angels to blind them, man. This is one of my favorite scriptures coming in the truth, man. This is what keeps you humble, especially when you're dealing with Jake, man. Because this is your understanding, man. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord hath poured upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered. Right, man. So the Lord blinded his people by way of philosophies, man. It says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, right? The prophecies, which men delivered to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed, right? And the learned man is the guys who went to these theologian schools, these top so-called pastors and stuff in this society, man. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, right? An ordinary person, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. Right? So Jake them don't know the truth, man. The pastors and the preachers that's teaching them the Bible aren't teaching them the truth, man. They're giving them how they feel or what's being told them to teach them through the 501c3 charter, but really, they're all blind, man. From the ones who went to these professors and stuff, these college theologians, all the way down to the normal Joe who's just reading the Bible. All of them blind, man. You have to be taught this through the Spirit, starting from whom the Lord gave the Spirit to, man. Which is started with their teachers and passed it down to them, and then they went further, and then they passed it down to us, man, through the Spirit, man. The Lord had a set order on how this truth was supposed to get out, and it's getting out the way he wanted it to get out. And these prophecies are coming to pass like how they're supposed to be coming to pass. Those who don't get it, they are blind. So, but I'm gonna go back to Joel. Hope I ain't lose any of you brothers. I'm kind of going in the spirit. This is back in Joel chapter 3 verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Right? So the Lord got them down there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, man, finna fight this battle because of what they did to the blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, man. It said, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot. Right, that was slavery. The the white grown men were having sex with the little boys, man, and sold a girl for wine, and that's history. All you gotta do is look it up, read it. You know, they got it in. If you can't find it on the internet, they got it in a book, man. You gotta seek and you shall find, man. And then the elders and the brothers been putting out these books, you know, through the spirit. I probably done brought a book out or two, you know. It says, and so a girl for wine that they might drink, right? Yea. What's a good book? Um, um, Slavery in the Arab World. That's a nice book that I have myself. You know, when we were sold to them Arabs and they from them Edomites, and they tell you what we were sold for, man. But you know, it says, yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine, them Africans? Will ye render me a recompense? Because they sold us too. And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Right, them Africans going into slavery. What goes around comes around. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, the whole 12 tribes, have ye sold unto the Grecians, these white people, them so-called Africans, which are Hamites, or whatever various tribe, sold us to these Edomite devils, these white folks, man. That ye might remove them far from their border, right? And our land is the land of Israel, not over here in America. Behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, but this has to happen first, before these nations get their recompense, man. Get put into slavery, man. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, talking about them Russians. Let all the men of war draw near, right? And that's what's going on in the Middle East right now. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. That's agriculture. Getting changed into military weaponry, you know. And they've been having that in the news. Russia got his whatever the marches and parades they be having, they be showing off all the new weapons and stuff, man. Let the weak say I am strong, and an example of the weak is talking about Iran. Iran has the nuclear capabilities. That's why they bucking against America so hard. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Right, because the angels going to get involved in that battle in the Middle East, man. Going to get involved in the Third World War, man. It says, let the heathen be awake, let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. See? Just like how Jake and them be getting judged for getting shot or getting hit by a car or whatnot, the Lord putting them over there for that big battle. He will judge them all, you know. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is right. It's time for the end of the world, man. Come, get ye down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near upon the valley of decision. Right, man. So we coming into the day when Yahushua comes back and delivers his elect and destroys those nations by way of thermonuclear missiles, man. And destroy America by way of thermonuclear missiles, Israel, whatever other nation the Lord gonna hit, you know. But I'm not gonna drag it out any further. All praise to Yahweh Shai, the honest the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to you brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Keep up the fight of faith, man. You know, stay in tune with the news. Shalom. Because Esau tried to pull a fast with them, you know. But shalom.